Fires can't be made with dead embers, nor can enthusiasm be stirred from spiritless men. Enthusiasm in our daily work lightens effort and turns even labour into pleasant tasks. James Baldwin. It's quite easy at times to become an unenthusiastic and spiritless man. Our flames die down, our embers slowly seep away. That hustle and bustle of life is really frantic to keep up with at times. Sometimes we feel we're rising and having great success stories, and other times we feel that we're slowly sinking down to earth and we can't seem to stop ourselves. But that is, after all, the normal ebb and flow of our days and our weeks. You're not always going to remain on the high, you're not always going to remain on the low. But the biggest thing is we keep showing up, and we understand that we won't always feel enthusiastic, and that's understandable, but we keep showing up anyway. However, there always comes a time where we are forced into a stop, or we need to take a break because we have been overwhelmed, and we reach those times in our lives where we've taken that extra rejection at work, we've taken that fall, we've had a diagnosis that we weren't expecting, or a close family friend has unexpectedly passed away or fell to an illness, and little things start to eat away at us, and it's like the trauma of life where the weight of everything slowly becomes upon us, and we either feel lethargic or we just are feeling bleh. Sometimes that stop has been forced upon us, and other times we just slowly let it seep into us and we slowly grind down and we just can't get out of our own ways after a little bit. And so we actually take a break and we decide we'll step off that fast current of life and step away from it. And we start to rest. And the only trouble with resting is it's great, but then our brain goes into rest mode. It goes into safe mode. And we decide that the more we rest, the more we feel exhausted. So the more we're exhausted, we feel sluggish. And then our brain goes into total safety mode and it stays locked in that protection mode and just won't seem to get out of its own way. It is now keeping you safe by making sure you rest and rest enough. The trouble is, the more you rest, the more you feel exhausted. And that loop starts to just self-perpetuate and you cannot seem to get out of it. You cannot seem to rest enough to make yourself feel refreshed, and everything is slowing down, everything is getting more sluggish, you're feeling more lethargic. Nothing is giving you great pleasure anymore. Nothing is making you seem happy or want to look forward to something. Even the things that used to be your joy don't seem to want to stimulate you enough, because basically you've put your brain into that safety mode. It has changed from I want to do things to I could do something, or I might stay here on the couch. I want to do something, or I might just eat a little bit more comfort food. I might do something today, or I could stay and watch TV. I might meet up with some friends, or I could just not do anything. Now you've reached that critical moment. Do you let your brain just stay in its safety mode? Do you let it just keep you safe by not allowing you to do anything? Or do you decide that you want to do something about this? So the first thing to do is understand what has been happening and why your brain has been allowed to keep doing your safety mode and not letting you move past that. So we've put our brain into safety mode, and there's 5 things that then are a big resistance to actually coming out of that. And the first one is anti-authoritarian. We know ourselves, we hate taking advice generally from other people. Their goodwill to say, you should really be getting out and about and doing things. And we actually had hearing from ourselves as well. So it's the funny thing, we're actually in an argument with ourselves about doing the right thing. The brain is still locked into that, no, let's do the or moment. I could do this, or I could stay here. However, the anti-authoritarian in us wants to resist actually going out and doing the thing that we want to start doing. The next thing on top of that is that we have that impulsiveness. And the impulsiveness, as we've gone into shutdown mode, the impulsiveness is to stay exactly what we're doing and not come out of that. Our impulsive decision is just to stay in our safe mode and not move out of that. Even though our urges might be getting stronger to actually move from that, our brain is trying to keep us in that nice safe zone of let's just stay here, let's sit down, let's think about it, let's rest some more. And could there ever possibly be enough rest? And then the other thing that we knock hard up against is we feel invulnerable. So in other words, if I just rest a little bit longer, what harm could that be doing? So we're actually still in that argument with ourselves about what's the best thing that we can be doing.
So on one hand, we want to be knowingly active again, knowingly participating in life again, and yet we are feeling that we're invulnerable to, if I just take a little bit more rest, what harm can that do? And as we said on that beginning, that one day turns into 2, turns into 3, turns into a week, turns into a month, and suddenly, we're 3 months in and we're still in rest phase. The next biggest thing, especially for us males, is that we have that muncho. I'll be fine. If I just get active, I'll knock off a couple of kilos straight away. Don't you worry about that. I can just be active as soon as I choose to be. It's that delayed thing of, but I haven't chosen it yet. I will choose it very soon, but I haven't chosen it just yet. And you don't have to worry about me. Don't tell me what to do. My ego is well and truly established enough that I can get through whatever setbacks are going to befall me. I've got it through it once before, I'll get through again. The trouble is with that sort of thing is, the more we have these setbacks in life, the more we go into rest mode, the harder that momentum is everything in life. And once we start losing momentum, it becomes ever increasingly difficult to get actually back out there again. But then unfortunately, we go from that muncho, don't you worry about that, to resignation. Well, I've made the mistake, I just live with the consequences. I can't be bothered changing it from now. So we compound the issue by just resigning to the fact that we've become inactive now, and I'll just serve out my life term just being here. There wasn't anything too exciting I wanted to do with my life. And bad health happens to other people. It's a gradual, slow process. What we forget is each day that we're in that slow process of slide is 2 or 3 days to get it back going again. So the bigger the effort to get going again, the more we resign to the fact that I just can't be bothered getting there. Thankfully, there is a really good first step out of this, and that first step comes in just the power of words. We often will be saying, I will do this tomorrow, and we've already talked about the fact that the brain is done or, and then we often transfer into I will be getting going tomorrow, I will do this. But if you think about it, I will is in a context of I'm going to do it later. It's a delayed. Everything that's delayed still goes into the brain's safety mode of delayed means we're not doing it. So it's got to be just get into the habit of doing a doing action. Every time that you're unhappy with sitting on the couch, go and do something in that moment. It doesn't have to be anything exciting, doesn't have to be anything magnificent, but get off the couch, start moving. The way we change it is by doing a doing motion right as we think of it. Think of any small action, even if it's just going to fold up your clothes, to sort out a menu for tomorrow, to sort out something, to get ready for the walk you're going to take tomorrow. Do it right then. Start getting your brain going from the switched off safety mode into a doing mode. A doing mode will change everything. It's a long, hard grind out anyway, but the only way you can do it is by start doing. And engaging in that sense of doing is the first big step that you can take to a better health and to flip that momentum from being sedentary, life is going too fast and I can't get back on, to engaging back. The first 6 weeks is going to be difficult, but every time you think of that hesitancy of I will do that tomorrow, I will do that later, find something to do right now. It'll make the absolute world of difference. Find a doing thing, make yourself do a doing thing. It doesn't have to be amazing, it just has to be a doing. So change from I will to doing, and understanding those 5 things that have been holding you back and letting you stay in that safety zone, or letting you stay in that safe mode. These are the biggest things that you can think about in understanding how to get back your momentum in life, and instead of staying stuck for a whole year, you just stay stuck for 2 or 3 days. It's definitely okay to rest. We all need that rest from time to time. We all need that feeling that we've been overwhelmed. However, the next big thing is to re-engage, have that reset. What do I need to change in my life? But I need to get back into my life. I hope this really helps. Good luck with it. If you have any friends that are a little bit stuck in their lives in terms of they've gone into full rest mode, And then this lets them help them understand why the brain has switched and why it's so difficult to come out of that. Share if you can. I hope this helps you, and as always, be kind, and the most important person to be kind is with you. Alright, take care, catch you on the next one.